All right, so now continuing with properties, we're going to expand and condense. Now we've already technically done something like this, just now with the natural log. And so with the natural log, same property, I have x times y. So I'm going to say the natural log of x, because I'm multiplying, plus the natural log of y. That's not what it looks like. The natural log of y. And then because it's being divided by, remember, think of that division as a minus sign, the natural log of z to the fourth power. Now, some of you thought that was a 2, it's a z, go Tigers. But I'm not quite done because of this exponent here. Remember, the power rule, power property says I have to bring that exponent out in front. So yes, I do want you to say the natural log of x plus the natural log of y minus this 4 times the natural log of z. Now, if you saw that right away, do you have to write this and then write this? No. So if you can skip this piece and go straight to here, then that's fine. And over time, I think you will be able to do that. Now, what about condensing? This is a challenging problem, so let's take a look at this. It looks like a lot, and next time you go to Kroger, and before you buy that cantaloupe, you might have a sign here where you have to solve this problem first. And so, thanks to me, you will be able to do that. So, let's take a look. Let's figure out the properties we know. Let's do the inside of the parentheses first. So leave that 1/2 just kind of on the outside. And so now we're given a bunch of logs. We want to get down to 1 log. Well, how many logs do I have? I have 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, I know that when the number is out in front, that's just my exponent, right? So really, I could say this is log of x to the third, right? That is just going to come up here. So log of x to the third plus. Now, think about, what does plus mean? Oh, plus means multiplying. Oh, and minus means division. So, okay, this is getting a little bit easier. So I'm going to leave this 1/2 out in front. And I'm going to say, okay, I have this x to the third, but I'm going to multiply that with the x plus 1. So multiply this with x plus 1. And then divide by x. And so this whole thing is going to be divided by x. So I have this whole thing, that log is being taken care of. It's a lot of parentheses. So I have x to the third times x plus 1, because it's separated by a plus sign. And then the whole thing's being divided by x because of that minus sign. All right, let's go ahead and distribute this. So, or not distribute, sorry, simplify. So if I have an x to the third, or 3 x's in the numerator, and I have 1 x in the denominator, when I reduce this, I get 1/2 times this log of x to the second times x plus 1. So if I had 3 x's and I took 1 away, then I have 2 left over. And this technically is all over 1, or you can just leave that 1 out. So we got rid of the fraction. Now, what did we say having a number out in front of the log meant? Well, that meant it's an exponent. So really, what I have is log, and you want to do this at the very end. So I have 1 log left over, and it's the log of x squared times x plus 1. And this is raised to now the exponent of that 1/2. That 1/2 is now going to become the exponent. Well, that's awesome. However, what is something raised to the 1/2 power? You may not remember this or know this, but technically, if I said, hey, what is the square root of 5x? Technically, you could say, oh, that's like saying 5x is being raised to the 1/2 power. So I don't know if you knew that, but we have what's called power over root. And so if I have to the 1/2 power, that's the same thing as taking the square root. So really, I can say, look, I have the log of the square root of all of this, x squared times x plus 1. Now, do you have to distribute that? No, you don't have to. But this is condensing this down as far as we can. Now, it will not get harder than this, so if you can do this one, then you can do anything that we'll do in our class for this year.